Welcome back to our channel. Have you ever wondered which countries are Russia's biggest supporters in 2025? Russia has forged strategic alliances across the globe, and in today's video, we're going to explore the top 10 biggest supporters of Russia in 2025. From military cooperation to economic partnerships and geopolitical alliances, these countries are standing firmly with Russia. But why are these nations drawn to Russia, and how have these alliances shaped global politics? Stay tuned to find out the influential factors behind these alliances. Like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Number 10. Serbia. Serbia has been one of Russia's most loyal allies in Europe, with the two nations sharing strong political, cultural, and historical ties. Serbia's support for Russia in 2025 is rooted in Slavic unity, Orthodox Christianity, and a shared history of opposing Western influence. The Serbian government has consistently backed Russia's stance on issues like Ukraine, where Serbia rejects Western sanctions and supports Russia's claim over Crimea. Furthermore, Serbia's military ties with Russia have grown, with joint military exercises and arms deals further solidifying their bond. Economically, Serbia benefits from Russian natural gas and oil supplies, with Russia being a significant energy partner. In return, Serbia remains an advocate for Russia on the international stage, frequently opposing the EU's stance on Russia's foreign policies. As of 2025, Serbia continues to maintain a neutral stance on NATO membership and opposes Kosovo's independence, a stance closely aligned with Russia's interests. The emotional connection between the countries is also evident in cultural exchanges, religious ties, and shared political ideals. This long-standing relationship makes Serbia one of Russia's most important allies in Europe, with over 50% of the population supporting Russia's foreign policies. Number 9. Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is a crucial partner for Russia in Central Asia, and its support is grounded in geopolitical strategy, economic interests, and regional security. As of 2025, Kazakhstan remains an active member of the Eurasian Economic Union, which further deepens the economic ties between the two countries. Russia is Kazakhstan's largest trading partner, with over 30% of Kazakhstan's exports going to Russia, particularly in oil, gas, and minerals. Additionally, Kazakhstan hosts Russian military bases and has participated in joint military exercises with Russia under the Collective Security Treaty Organization. Despite facing pressure from the West, Kazakhstan has consistently aligned with Russia's geopolitical objectives, especially in regions like Syria and Ukraine. However, Kazakhstan has maintained a careful balance, striving for independence in foreign policy while cooperating with Russia in key areas. The two countries share a strong cultural and historical bond, with significant Russian ethnic populations in Kazakhstan. As of 2025, Kazakhstan's support remains steadfast, particularly as Russia is a key ally in countering Chinese influence in the region. Kazakhstan also sees its relationship with Russia as essential for regional stability, especially concerning security concerns in neighboring Afghanistan and Central Asia. Number 8. Cuba. Cuba, long an ally of Russia since the Cold War, continues to support Russia in 2025 as part of a broader strategy to counterbalance U.S. influence in the Caribbean and Latin America. Cuba's relationship with Russia is rooted in military ties, economic support, and shared political goals. Cuban leaders have consistently supported Russia's stance on Ukraine, and the Cuban government has condemned U.S. sanctions on Russia. In exchange, Russia provides Cuba with military assistance, including advanced weaponry and support for its defense industry. Economic ties have deepened in recent years, as Russia is Cuba's second-largest trading partner. In 2025, Cuba continues to benefit from Russian investments, particularly in energy projects, oil drilling, and tourism. The Russian-Cuban alliance is also strengthened by Russian economic aid, helping Cuba deal with its ongoing economic crisis. Additionally, Cuba's relationship with Russia offers diplomatic leverage against the U.S., with Cuban support for Russia's position in Syria, Iran, and other global issues. This partnership offers both economic stability and political solidarity for Cuba, which sees Russia as a key ally in opposing U.S. interventionism and maintaining sovereignty in the face of Western pressure. Number 7. Venezuela. Venezuela has maintained a strong alliance with Russia since Hugo Chávez's presidency, and by 2025 this partnership remains robust. Venezuela's alliance with Russia is primarily driven by mutual opposition to U.S. influence and the shared goal of undermining American hegemony in Latin America. Russia provides Venezuela with military aid, including fighter jets and weaponry, and has been involved in the development of Venezuela's oil sector, which has been crucial to the country's economy. Venezuela's oil reserves are the largest in the world, and Russia, through Rosneft, has made substantial investments in Venezuela's oil industry. As of 2025, Venezuela's economic collapse has made it even more dependent on Russian support to maintain its regime stability. In return, Venezuela continues to align with Russia in UN votes, particularly regarding Syria, where both countries have been key supporters of Bashar al-Assad. Additionally, Venezuela has condemned U.S. sanctions against Russia and has called for increased Russian military presence in the Caribbean. Venezuela's support for Russia is both strategic and symbolic, as the countries share anti-imperialist ideologies and stand united against Western interference. Number 6, North Korea. North Korea has emerged as one of Russia's most consistent allies by 2025, despite international isolation and U.S.-led sanctions. The relationship is primarily based on mutual strategic interests. Russia and North Korea both seek to counterbalance U.S. dominance in East Asia. Russia has provided military aid and technical support to North Korea, including nuclear technology and military equipment. In return, North Korea has offered Russia a geopolitical ally in the region, particularly in efforts to diminish U.S. influence in Korea and surrounding areas. Russia's support for North Korea also extends to economic ties, including trade agreements that bypass UN sanctions. By 2025, Russia continues to be a critical diplomatic partner for North Korea, especially in the United Nations and in regional security negotiations. The two countries also share a mutual interest in opposing South Korea's military collaboration with the US. Russia's involvement with North Korea serves as a strategic tool to assert power in Northeast Asia, with Russia advocating for North Korea's sovereignty and pushing for denuclearization talks that do not involve Western powers. Despite the controversial nature of this alliance, North Korea continues to rely on Russia's support. Number 5, Syria. Syria remains one of Russia's most loyal allies in 2025, particularly in the Middle East. Russia's involvement in Syria's civil war has bolstered the Assad regime, and the partnership is deeply rooted in military cooperation and strategic interests. Since 2015, Russia has provided military intervention, including airstrikes and ground support, to help the Assad government regain territory lost to rebel forces. In exchange, Syria has granted Russia military bases, including the Tartus naval base, and has allowed Russian military presence in the region. This presence provides Russia with strategic access to the Mediterranean and Middle Eastern market. Russia also supplies Syria with weapons, ammunition, and military expertise, ensuring Assad's hold on power. In 2025, Russia continues to provide economic support to Syria, which has been devastated by war and international sanctions. Russian companies have been involved in reconstruction projects, particularly in oil and gas sectors. Despite Western opposition, Syria's unwavering support for Russia is critical in countering U.S. influence in the region, and Russia's backing of Syria remains an essential part of its Middle Eastern policy. Number 4, Iran. Iran is one of Russia's most strategic partners in the Middle East by 2025. Both countries share a mutual interest in countering U.S. influence in the region, and this has resulted in extensive military, diplomatic, and economic ties. Russia has supported Iran in numerous ways, particularly in the Syria conflict, where both nations have supported the Assad regime. Russia's role as a key military partner has provided Iran with advanced air defense systems like the S-300, and it has facilitated cooperation in military technologies. Additionally, Iran and Russia share a common stance on nuclear issues, with both nations opposing U.S. sanctions on Iran's nuclear program. Russia has been a key ally in helping Iran circumvent Western sanctions, particularly in energy trade and nuclear technology development. As of 2025, both countries maintain strong economic cooperation, with Russia investing in Iran's energy sector and participating in joint ventures for oil and gas extraction. Diplomatically, Russia and Iran cooperate closely in regional organizations like the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and BRICS, where both oppose Western-led international policies. In return, Iran offers Russia regional influence, particularly in the Middle East, where both nations seek to diminish U.S. power and exert their own influence. Number 3, Belarus. Belarus has remained one of Russia's most loyal allies since the collapse of the Soviet Union. By 2025, the relationship between the two countries has deepened in military, political, and economic spheres. Belarus has been politically aligned with Russia on many fronts, including its stance on Ukraine and the West's sanctions against Russia. Belarus provides Russia with military support, including joint military exercises and participation in collective security treaty organization military operations. Belarus also allows Russia to station military troops and nuclear weapons on its soil, which is a critical aspect of Russia's military strategy in Eastern Europe. Economically, Russia is Belarus's largest trading partner, with over 50% of Belarus's exports going to Russia. Russia also supplies cheap energy to Belarus, providing critical support for the Belarusian economy, which has been heavily reliant on Russian subsidies. Furthermore, the two nations signed a Union State Agreement, which allows for close integration in defense, economics, and politics. Belarus has continued to support Russia's position in global diplomacy, including Russia's stance on Syria, Ukraine, and the Middle East. Despite some criticism from the European Union, Belarus's support remains steadfast, with the country positioning itself as a buffer state between Russia and the West. Number 2, India. India remains one of Russia's most important allies, especially in the Asian context. By 2025, India and Russia share strong defense and energy ties, and Russia remains one of India's largest arms suppliers, providing missile systems, fighter jets, and nuclear technology. The relationship dates back to the Cold War and has endured despite shifts in global power dynamics. India's military reliance on Russia has continued in 2025, with Russian weaponry still forming a significant part of the Indian armed forces. The two countries also collaborate closely in nuclear energy and space exploration, with Russia supplying India with advanced space technology and helping build nuclear reactors for India's civil nuclear program. Economically, India's trade with Russia is expanding, with cooperation in sectors such as energy, information technology, and infrastructure. India's support for Russia has been particularly evident in the UN Security Council, where India has opposed Western sanctions against Russia, especially over Ukraine. Strategically, India views Russia as a key partner in balancing China's influence in Asia, especially in the Indo-Pacific region. The Russia-India relationship remains key to their shared interests in defense, technology, and global power balance. Number 1, China. China and Russia have developed an unprecedented strategic partnership by 2025, largely due to shared interests in global power, military cooperation, and economic growth. Their relationship is characterized by close military collaboration, with both countries frequently conducting joint military exercises and exchanging advanced technologies. China and Russia have supported each other diplomatically in key areas such as Syria, where they both back the Assad regime and oppose Western intervention. In 2025, the Belt and Road Initiative continues to expand Russia's role in China's global infrastructure projects, with billions in investments flowing into Russian energy and transportation sectors. The two countries share a mutual distrust of U.S. dominance and have sought to create an alternative to the U.S.-led global order. Economically, China and Russia are heavily integrated, particularly in energy, where Russia supplies China with natural gas and oil through projects like the Power of Siberia pipeline. In 2025, Russia and China also cooperate on the global stage through organizations like the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and BRICS. The China-Russia alliance is poised to be a dominant force in shaping global politics, with both nations leveraging their economic power and military influence to challenge the US and NATO. Russia's alliance with these top 10 supporters shapes the global geopolitical landscape in 2025. From military cooperation to energy security and diplomatic support, these countries are key in advancing Russia's global influence. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment below for more insights into global politics.